I'm actually struggling to be in this country knowing that I'm building somewhere else. But I had to have a meeting with I, myself and me and decide, you know, we need the anxiety levels to go down. We need the anxiety levels to go down. You've got a plan. Welcome to Maros at Home, another video. Welcome. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you are watching this video from. And on this platform, we talk about lifestyle, we talk about cleaning, we talk about DIY, we talk about everything. And as a bonus for this channel, we also talk about relocating back to Zimbabwe as a Zimbabwean family living in the UK. So we will be sharing on this channel all different things just across. We even sometimes talk about cooking. Yes, our traditional meals, the things that we've used to love. And in today's video, as the title says, our plans have changed. And they haven't changed that much, but the reason why we change our plans is to make things real, is for things to be, we've got to be realistic, especially in this time and period that we are living in, where the cost of things is going up. Everything is volatile, finance-wise and everything. Like I said in my last video, sometimes you've got to take small steps at a time. Don't look at building something big in one day, because Rome wasn't built in a day. Rome was built over a period of time. So what has changed? Let me get straight to the point. We were planning on going to Zimbabwe in August, the family with the children, because our plan is when we are traveling to Zimbabwe, we want them to know our culture. You know, there is the culture that we can just show them in this house, or which they won't really fully see where we come from. Telling somebody and experiencing is two different things. So our plan is, since we started going home, we want to engage them with us, we want to involve them. But hey, the cost of the flight tickets have rocketed, and they've been rocketing over the years. And we have to travel peak time when the tickets are really expensive, and August time is the most period where the tickets are expensive because school is out. And for the 5 of us to travel for this year, when I was looking, unless if I will find something cheaper, but there is another reason as well why we had to change the plans. Obviously, we are not abandoning the project, we are not abandoning our plans. Our main goal remains, our main focus remains there. We are going to be retiring in Zimbabwe, and we are in the process of preparing and planning on that. That still remains, but we've just got to make some slight changes to make it more realistic. And what am I saying? So for the 5 of us to travel, we need at least about 6,000 to 8,000 pounds to purchase the tickets from the UK to Zimbabwe, which is quite a lot of money. And because we are also building, we want to try and speed up the process of building. The main reason then that made us change our plans is our Jura wall. Our Jura wall is going to cost quite a lot of money because of the size of the plot, and we've opted to build a brick wall Jura wall. If you haven't watched my one of my videos, I will put the link somewhere up there of that video. The plans then is to, when I did that video, I was explaining about the process of how we obtained a plan that we didn't know that a brick wall needs a plan. And then after I posted that video, one of my viewers did highlight something to me, which for watching. I thank everybody who is watching this channel, and your comments in the comment section where you are, some of you highlighting the things. And this one I wasn't aware, because nobody knows everything, and somebody brought this to our attention. And then we had to find out how long does the plan expire. It hasn't changed. Apparently it is 2 years. Looking down, because I've got the plan here with me. It also approved on the 30th of May 2023. So we are now in May, so it's going to hit the first year, and we've got only a year now to get the activity starting on this plan. Usually we've got to get the foundation all sealed for the plan not to expire. So we've got a year now, so we need to work with that year. Yes, yeah, we've got a year now. So looking at the plan, apologize if I'm looking down, I'm actually looking. We want to cover a ground of 35 meters at the front, and then sideways it is 58 meters. Yes, yeah. So that's the dural that we want to cover. So we thought, instead of traveling with the kids, why not divert those funds to go and build the dural, and the amount of material that we're going to need. Sorry, I'm just going to have a look. I'll try and put, so the size of the stand is 2030 square meters, with the width, like the front of the house, 35, and the sideways of the house, it is 35 by 58 meters. So to cover that, I'm going to put, let me have a look. So I'll put the something on the screen. We're going to need about 30,000 bricks, including the first brick. We're going to need 170 bags of cement. We're going to need 15 cubics of river sand and 30 cubics of pit sand. We're going to need 15 cubics of 3/4 stones, and brick force we're going to need 50 rows, and then also there is what they call Y12, 42 by 6 meters, Y16, 42 by 6 meters, and Y10 we're going to need 95 by 6 meters. And the last thing that we're going to need is tiring wire, which is going to be needed 35 kgs. And the cost then to build this dural is going to be $2,000. That's what the builder have charged us. So at the moment I can't really put the prices of how much it's going to cost us. The main reason being in Zimbabwe, we've got the ZIG that is in play in Zimbabwe, and I'm not sure then how much exactly it's going to cost us, but I've just put the material. So if you are looking at building a dural wall, and the dural wall is going to be 230 millimeter wall. So that's the sort of the roughly materials that we're going to need and how much the builder have charged us. Yes, yeah. So we thought when we did a rough quotation back in the time, and it was about, we're going to need at least 5 to 6, possibly $7,000 to actually build this dural wall up to the point where it's completed. And as I said before, one side of the wall, the 58 meters. So we're going to need to cover 35 meters plus 58 of a brick wall. But one of the 58 meters, our next door neighbor, we are going to be sharing the cost of that. So it's going to be easy to actually calculate once we've completed. So having said that, we thought we've got to be realistic here, because with money, it doesn't come, you don't just find a lump sum of money there. We were quite fortunate enough to be able to get a lump sum to take us off, because it was the compensation that we used from when our house was taken by the Ministry of Transport. So that did help. But now we now have to work it out to find the money to get us off where we are now. So that's the reason why we had to change the plans. Instead of us traveling, that's going to delay our project finishing with the children. But if needed to travel, the plans are we're not completely off the plan. Either myself or my husband can travel off peak, which is going to make the tickets cheaper, or even one person, the tickets are not going to be as expensive as needing 6,000 to 8,000 US pounds. And when I'm traveling, I don't like traveling when there is a layover, a longer layover. Normally 2-3 hours for me, I would book for flights that is 2 to 3 hours. And I also like to book my flights direct from the airline and I've got my reasons for doing that. I know we are all different in the ways that we deal with things, so you might not see a Zim travel vlog, but obviously we'll continue keeping you updated of what we'll be doing, because we've got somebody who looks after the house. Is very good. He's the one who is sending the photos of the things that we have been sharing with you on here, and you will still get footage once we start. And like I said, Rome wasn't built in a day. We're going to take it bit by bit until we get there, because it is a retirement plan. We're not going to be rushing to say it needs to be done, even though I've got all the excitement. The excitement is not going to go away until that house is finished. But I've got to be realistic. You know, like I said last time, I'm actually struggling to be in this country knowing that I'm building somewhere else. But I had to have a meeting with myself and me, and decide, yeah, you know, we need the anxiety levels to go down. We need the anxiety levels to go down. You've got a plan. This is me having a meeting. You've got a plan, and the plan is going to work as long as you. But if the anxiety levels keeps going up and up and up, you're then going to struggle. So at the moment, my anxiety levels is calmed, and I'm just praying that one day it will happen, because like I said, Rome wasn't built in a day. But before I finish this vlog, I just want to say something. You know, everyone's situation is different. Here on this platform, we are building a family, we are building a safe place for us to learn from each other. But I want to say everybody is different, and don't look at somebody's situation and think I could do the same, because you don't know how their life has been. You don't know what brought them to be this far, but you take little steps that you can. If you can take big steps, thank God. When we started our project, we took big steps because we had the capacity to do that. But where we are now, we can't take those big steps anymore. We're going to be taking smaller steps and smaller steps. And I am very content with that. Smaller steps will take us somewhere one day. We will finish building Rome one day. So don't be, you know, peer pressure. Don't be put under pressure by people thinking somebody is just, maybe somebody. I know we've got quite a lot of people now on YouTube, Zimbabweans who are building to go back home. But don't look at somebody. Look at somebody for inspiration. Look for somebody for advice. Look what others are doing so that you know how they are managing it. But obviously live within your means. Go within what you can afford, what you can't afford. Because obviously if you look at our house, we're just doing the basic things, really nice, good basic things. We are not going to go and do big things that's going to cost us money, because we decided that we will do that bit by bit. As long as the house is finished, it's basic, it's got the things like that. We couldn't change the tiles, we had to go to the best, because it will make us spend more money if we want to change it. But do the basic things so that you've got a plan in hand. And then you can always change things as you go. You know, that's why you see, you can renovate a house after it's been built. You can decide, I want to change this wall and put it to there. But go within your means and what you can afford. Small steps work. You know, when small steps will take you somewhere, rather than trying to tackle a big project that is going to get stuck. This is what I said in my last video. Like where we are with the tiling of the house, we're now content we can find $200 it will tile a room, and eventually it's going to finish, because we are now having to work bit by bit. But now we want to direct all the funds that we've got and that we can afford, so that we can start the activity on building the Jura wall. And one thing as well that's against us is because of the area that we live in. Like I said, we live Mubani, where there is water. It's waterlogged. And if you had watched the video of when the builder was finishing plastering the house at the bottom, they had to dig up so that they can use impemo to plaster. You could have noticed that there was water. And that wasn't rainy season that much, but there was water there. So we want to try and tackle this, taking this Jura off to start the activity before the rain season starts, because once it starts raining, it's going to be difficult to actually build the Jura wall, to take it off, and then May is going to be, one thing I've noticed, the years are flying these days. I know don't know whether when we were kids, it was like you would wait even for your birthday. It's like it doesn't come. But these days, a year is just going like that. It's just going like that. A year is gone. So time is moving, is flying. I don't know whose business it is flying to. So that's what we had to take into account. We had to sit down with my husband, and then we agreed, okay, this is the time not to travel as a family. But having said that, you never know. So we are going to be putting the plans to travel on hold, and I love traveling. We will be doing some traveling, possibly maybe within the country or in the neighboring countries. But that big travel that we usually spend quite a lot of money, because if you think of the tickets, we don't have a car in Zimbabwe yet. So when we are there, we do hire a car, and then you are seeing family and friends, a lot of money. We pump out a lot of money. But this year we thought, let's just put the traveling on hold. But the good thing that I like about this is when we went there, like I always said, some of the things needs to be some of the things needs you to be on the ground. We did all the groundwork of the things that we needed to do. And if traveling needed, one of us would just fly, and then possibly to be my husband, because I don't like traveling by myself. So yeah, so that's today's video, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I know I was a bit upset for some days when we made this decision. It did affect me, but now I'm okay, because I had to be realistic to say, yes, if we want this to happen, sometimes we've got to sacrifice the things that you love. We've got to balance the things, and then sometimes you've got to leave the things that you want for something to happen. So this is where we are, and obviously once we start taking off the Jura off the ground, we'll be sharing with you. So now you will see all the materials that we are going to need, the cost of the builder bar. The only challenge that I can't really share with you is how much it's the building material is going to be. But once the Jura starts taking off, I will let you know. The good thing is we've got at least 6,000 bricks on site that we shifted from our old house. So at least we've got something to start with. But as soon as the bricks are on site, the builder is going to start building the Jura, obviously with the foundation first, and then once we start, when I do the next video to update you, once we've started, then I can sort of give you a rough idea of how much it is going to cost us, or it will be costing us at the time. It is the time to say bye. So thank you very much, and bye.